Hello everyone and welcome to episode 9 of my World of Warcraft Let's Play. Currently we are playing as a human mage and we are level 16. Last episode we made our way to Khaz Modan, to Modan, the second zone of the Dwarves here in this area of the road. We were here doing some quests for mage stuff and we were building and reinforcing an alliance with the Dwarves, and we've been helping them out. So we are going to continue doing that today in this episode. We're just going to look around this area a little bit, see what there is to see, do a couple of quests, and then we'll head back home to Stormwind to turn in some of the quests we have there. But starting on off in this episode, I just kind of want to head straight east, and we currently have a quest to find Bingles, which is a gnome who was flying a reconnaissance mission over Nomergon and hasn't reported back. He was last seen flying over the lock, and we are going to investigate that. So let's head over to that lock. It looks like there's some kobolds here. They're pretty low level though, so we should just be able to walk past them. And I kind of want to show two really cool areas that are like right next to each other. So the first area that I want to show that is coming up right in front of us here is the lock. That is the namesake of this zone, and it is like a giant, oh, there's a kobold there, goodbye. There's a giant body of water basically just in the middle of the zone that covers like about a third of the entire zone, and it is just a really cool sight. So here it is coming up right here, and there is just, it's just beautiful. I love it so much. There's a lock frenzy down there, and you can see some islands, and yeah, this is what it looks like on the map. It's very cool. But the second area that's also like right connected to this that I wanted to show off here is the Stone Rot Dam. So this is a dam that is connected to the lock here in Modan, and it basically kind of just dams up the water, and once we get over here we can see it feeding into the next zone in this area called Wetlands, which is a very cool area that is much higher level than we are right now, so we won't be exploring it right this moment. But if we come over here we can see there's water out of like dwarven statues kind of just feeding out into a river there that's going down as a waterfall into wetlands. We are pretty high up in the mountains. Dunmurrow is even higher than we are right now, and when we go down to wetlands we will be going very far down to sea level, and this is just a really cool area that I enjoy a lot. And we can see there's a quest there that I'm not going to do right now, and there's just a bunch of dwarves, some cannons, we saw some gnomes over there, and I just really like this area a lot. I just find like the sights here like really beautiful, and like the environment and ambience of like this area is just very pleasing to me, and is something that I enjoy. But enough of the lock for now. Well, enough of the Stone Rot Dam. We're gonna stay around the lock, I guess, but let's head over. Halfway down the lock we can see Bingles is down there, so let's go ahead and head over to that direction. So the west side over here is kind of like the lower level area of this zone, and the right side is much higher level, and then the lock is kind of in the middle, more or less. So there's a level 18 Dark Iron Insurgent. So we talked about Dark Iron Dwarves a little bit last episode. Here are some of them here, and they are level 18 and level 19 right there, and I'm just going to avoid them for now. We have some crocolisks that I'll probably just try to bob and weave my way through here. A woodlurker that we could kill to get a crisp spider meat, however it is pretty high level right now, so I might just try to avoid it. And there's like an ogre camp way over there and a ram, so very cool area, pretty diverse. This area is kind of like Elven Forest in a way, where it's like very green, it's a little flat, a little hilly, and a good amount of water, but is also very unique and different compared to Elven Forest. And also just like mechanically, Elven Forest is like the starting area for the humans, whereas Modan is the second zone for the dwarves and gnomes. So very kind of different adventures that go on here. An Elder Mountain boar, it's a big boar right there just walking past, another one up on the hill. And we are getting really close to Bingles, and we're going to see what is going on. We can see a crashed airplane off in the distance. So there being an airplane here is kind of interesting to me, because like World of Warcraft is like a fantasy game, right? But it doesn't really sway away from like technology existing, and that's really like prevalent with like gnomes and goblins doing engineering. So there are airplanes in the game, and we've seen tanks, and there's like a whole bunch of other stuff that we will explore at some point. This grizzled black bear is kind of coming at us. Let's just run away a little bit. But here is this crashed airplane, almost crashed on the water, and just kind of crashed into the side of that hill there. But let's talk to Bingles Blastenheimer. So Norm doesn't trust my reconnaissance abilities. I wonder why. Never mind that. I need your assistance. Nay, the movement needs your assistance.
Be seeing you.
As if crashing into the lock wasn't bad enough, Troggs from the nearby island attacked me and stole my tools and special Blastenheimer Blastencapper explosives. With no gyrocopter and no explosives, the movement has no chance. Give my tools back and find my Blastencapper explosives, Athos. For Gnome are gone. So we are going to go and find these things. So we can see over here, they're in this area of the road, and there's this lock crocolisk right here. So I'm just going to dip into the lock a little bit, and that did not work out for me. So I'm just going to cross over that crocolisk, and I'm just going to make my way over here. It's not this island, it's the next one over there. We can kind of see a hut and like some kind of worn down trees off in the distance. And I don't see anything in the water. Well, that young Threshodon is there, which is level 19. It's not something I want to deal with right now. Oh, this crocolisk made its way out, and now it's running away. Okay, say goodbye to the crocolisk. Let's go ahead and head over here. I'll go ahead and hop back on land a little bit here, and we can just walk along the land. It's a little bit faster than swimming, because when you're swimming in water, your like speed decreases compared to just like walking or running on land. And this crocolisk now wants to have fun, so I'm going to go ahead and Frost Nova our friend there, and I'll hop back onto the land. And I see another crocolisk over there on the edge of the water, and I think I'm just going to turn here and come into here. So this area is going to be a little bit challenging for us, especially compared to the area we were at last episode where we were dealing with kobolds. Here we're going to be dealing with all these Troggs, and I do not believe we have fought Troggs yet this episode. So these are really, really interesting, like looking, I guess, characters that are kind of just ugly, and they're kind of like tribalistic, and they're bad guys, more or less. So let's go ahead and figure out how we want to handle this situation. So I think starting off, I'm just going to try to weed away the numbers a little bit. So this Bone Snapper is kind of just like off on its own, and I think it patrols a little bit, so I'm just going to take care of this Bone Snapper right away. We have 4 different items that we need to get around this island, and they are all protected by a large number of Troggs. And I think more or less we can kind of just thin the numbers a little bit, and then we should probably be able to Frost Nova and or polymorph some Troggs, and then be able to like sneak in and grab the tools that we need to grab real quick and then walk away. So this Trogg kind of just wandered off a little bit on its own, which is very beneficial for my cause here. And it's only level 16, so it should be pretty easy to defeat. We should be getting a lot of experience here because these, oh, it's just healed, because these Troggs are like the same level as us, or are like within 1 level up or down. Oh, there's 3 levels lower than us over there. But we should be getting a ton of experience from them. Let's go ahead and eat. There is a chest there, but I don't think I care too much about that chest. So I think we could clear this Bone Snapper right here. I think that's the next best thing. Oh, there's a shaman kind of. Okay, the shaman's wandering away. Let's try to get this Bone Snapper pulled on us and away from the group of Troggs. Resisted a little bit. It's Frost Nova, and then let's just continue casting Frost Bolts on it, and it will just keep resisting us. Let's see. It's almost dead. Almost dead. Hasn't hit me yet, and did not hit me at all, but I did use up quite a bit of my mana. So here we can see there is like 4 Troggs right there. So I think I have 2 plans I could do here. So one of them is I think I could pull a couple of them to be by themselves. So this one over here, let's just deal with right away. They're pretty close together, so I think I might try to group them up, and then I'm going to Frost Nova, and then Bingles Blastenheimer is right there, so I can go ahead and grab that. And then I can try to just run away afterwards, and hopefully we won't die. So my only concern here is kind of if Frost Nova wears off on one of them or doesn't hit one of them. So, oh, this shaman's kind of, let's try to pull the shaman. Okay, so that worked out pretty well. Worst case scenario, we might actually be able to clear this entire camp because I see this bone snapper kind of wandering off a little bit. So we should probably be able to get it by its own, and then we could probably just kill these two together. It might be a little challenging, but I might just try the Frost Nova. So let's just loot this, and then let's heal up real quick. Now once we're at full health, we can try to run in. I'm gonna try to come in to the left of this campfire here. Maybe I'll try to sneak this chest in if I'm far enough away, but if they just aggro on me, I'm just gonna full send and I'm gonna go straight in. So I'm almost all the way healed now, and let's try to, oh, okay. So I got them all. Let's get this blasting capper. The chest did not work out, but I can open this, and none of them have broken yet, and I got the blasting capper, and let's run away. So we should be able to run far enough away for their aggro to drop off of us, so they'll just run back to the camp and they won't try to harass us too much. So I'm just going to hope that, okay, there they go. And now we're over here. We conveniently ran to the next area we had to go. So let's go ahead and start clearing Troggs away from this camp. And then we could probably do the same exact strategy that we did over there. So we got one of the items now, and we only need 3 more. So let's see here, where is the next item we need? It's right there. So let's try to clear, I think I want to clear this Trogg right here that's on the far right, and then maybe that will leave just 3 Troggs by themselves. Maybe I might try to pull this Skull Thumper, see if he'll come by himself. I need to be careful what's behind me. So let's just try to drink up real quick, and then we will pull this Trogg. It might be too close, so I might again just full send here in a moment. I'll try to group them up a little bit, and then I can just run the opposite direction that I came, back to the first area we were at. Okay, so let's pull the Skull Thumper. Level 13 should be pretty easy to kill on its own. Okay, so that Seer pulled, but not, oh, okay. This is not the best scenario. Okay, I am improvising on the fly here. And, okay, so I killed that one. I'm going to use my healing potion just in case, and now I'm going to run away. Actually, I'm improvising again. Oh no, that's not something I wanted to have happen. Okay, let's try. Okay, I think I'm just going to hard reset here. Maybe I can. Oh no, the lightning bolt. Okay, well, we dealt with one of the Troggs there, so we can quickly run back, and we could probably deal with both of them at the same time. We have to be really careful of that Seer, because the reason I did not go in and get the chest there was because it was attacking me from ranged, so it would cancel my ability to open the chest, so Frost Nova would not have worked there. But it did run out of mana really quickly, so I think there was like the possibility for me to kind of run in and grab it, but I'm not entirely sure. So let's go ahead and just run back, and I'll try that again. Okay, we are back over here, so let's just resurrect real quickly, and then I'll buff myself up, and then I'll eat and drink real quick so I can get my health and mana back. And I think we should probably just be able to pull both of them. I'm going to try to blow up the Seer quickly and get rid of it as soon as possible, and then the Skull Thumper should be pretty easy to deal with after I take care of the Seer. And then once those two are dealt with, I should be able to just open the little thingy over there. I'm not sure which item it is that's right there. Let's go ahead, loot the Skull Thumper. We got a Stone Splinter Axe, so that should be a few silver, which is very nice. And actually, let me try Polymorph here, and then Seer, and then let's deal with this Seer right here. So half health left on it. We just got a critical hit, which is super beneficial. I really hope it doesn't heal. It's running away. Okay, so let's move our target over to the Skull Thumper, and let's start blasting away at it. Get it down low on health. We're getting really lucky with critical hits here. So let's get a couple more crossbows in, and then I'll finish a fire blast. There we go. So we dealt with that pretty easily. As the 3 of them together, it was a little challenging, and then I kind of fumbled on what I was doing. But here is Bingles Tool Bucket, so we can get Bingles Wrench here. And that is half of this quest complete. So let's go ahead and head over to the next area. I'll naturally regenerate some mana on the way there. And let's come up with a strategy for what we need to do over here. I think this one is going to be a little bit easier based off my memory of this area. So let's see what is going on. Oh, I just walked in and there's a ton of them here. So let's go ahead, deal with this bone snapper first. Maybe I should have pulled the shaman. It's not good. Hopefully the shaman doesn't come wandering over here. So let's just deal with this bone snapper. I'll do a frost nova, and then I'll just keep casting frost bolts. Should be able to fire blast in a moment. There we go. So that one was pretty easy to deal with. Oh, I am now low on mana, and we got an axe, which should be another couple of silver, which is really good. Haunch of meat was like 3 copper, so not great. I'll go ahead and just throw all of Bingles stuff into this bag here. So I think next I want to target the shaman that's here. So let's see. I think, yeah, so there's Bingles tool bucket where we can get a screwdriver. Okay. That's frost no. Oh. Okay, let's try to finish this shaman real quick. So it looks like seers are the ones that, oh no, they healed. Let's try. Oh, it's gonna heal again. This is not good. I'm gonna. Oh my. Oh no. Let's focus up here. I'll cast Bag of Marbles on you, and then let's figure out what we can do here. So we can take a few more hits. I'll take one more hit, and then I'll frost nova, and then let's run away a bunch, and then let's hope that we have enough mana. Nope, it's just going to heal again, so I cannot win this fight, so I'm just going to try to run away. And I'm swimming, and it's going to speed up to me super fast, so I am probably dead here. And I'm just gonna hope it doesn't come in after me, and it did not. Okay, I'm sweating a little bit there, so I'm glad we did not die again. Those 2 seers just like healed each other. Fortunately, I was able to burst one of them down, so that's one dealt with. So let's go ahead and walk back over here, or shamans, not seers. And let's go ahead and I'll just loot this real quick. And then I will go ahead and heal up real quick. I think we have cleared out most of this area, so I think it might just be that shaman, and we might be able to sneak in and grab it. So let's go ahead and attack this shaman. Hopefully we can kill him before he heals. Half health. Hopefully he doesn't start healing. Can get one more frostbite off maybe. Fire blast. There we go. And let's see what's going on here. So I think I'm gonna have to attack this bone snapper, or should be fine. Of course a shaman pulls. So let's try to polymorph the shaman, and then we'll cast frostbolt here. And then I'm just gonna run away, let the polymorph wear off. I'm gonna drink some water, and then I'll come back in and try again, I guess. Lots of running in this area in this episode so far. Don't know how far away I need to go. It's that far. And I'm getting pretty close to level 17. I've already gained like a quarter of a level so far in this area, so that's nice. Let's go ahead and wander back up here. We have this bone snapper we can loot here. And let's see. I think it might just be the shaman here. Well, it was the shaman over there that attacked us, but this shaman might be in the way. So let's go ahead and just kill the shaman real quick, and then hopefully we can sneak in and get it. I don't want to deal with the Troggs that are off to the left of us, so hopefully we won't have to. And I think we have a clearing, so I'm just going to try to sneak in here and get Bingles screwdriver, which is the second to last item we need from this area. We got it. Oh, it's his hammer. Okay, so we got it, and let's wander away over here. And let's go ahead, and I'm just going to drink up a little bit. I should probably conjure a little bit more water. And then we just need to go to like the northwest corner of this island for the last item. And we can just clear a couple things on the way there that are in our way. Might be able to sneak past this one actually. So let's go ahead and wander over here. I don't want to get too close to this wall just in case they aggro onto me. But let's come over here. We see a little bit of a camp over there that have quite a few Troggs in it. So we're going to have to work our way over to this item. Let's start off by fighting the seer. Let's go ahead and aggro it. The Skull Thumper might come along with it, which is not great, but it'll be okay. Okay, so that seer is now dead. Let's go ahead and I'll heal really quickly by eating some food. And then let's deal with the Skull Thumper next. Go ahead and have it targeted, and then I'll start casting Frostbolts on it. So I think my plan here might be to polymorph the seer and then to frost nova the other two, and then to try to just grab the item, and then it's the last item we need, so we can just run anywhere we need to go and we can just get out of here. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll pull these two and frost nova them. Let's go ahead and I'll just sneak over here, grab this screwdriver, go ahead and open this chest real quick. And then we got it, so we can run away. Stun beam midair, that's more interesting. I just want to loot this. I got 12 copper, it was worth it. Let's run away now. And we should be able to get out of here pretty easily. Our frost armor is very nice when running away. We do have a frost nova that we could use. Oh, they were running away, but I just re-aggroed that one. That's awkward. I think once it breaks, it'll just run back. I'm not entirely sure. But it looks like we got out of here. And we have all 4 items, so we can head over back to Bingles Blastenheimer. And we can give him the items that he requested. So let's go ahead and wander over there. So here we are approaching the fallen airplane here. And let's go ahead and chat with Bingles. Give him the 4 items that we picked up over from the Troggs. And see what he has to say to us. So
Can I help you?
Here are your 4 items. And he says, you've done the movement a great service, Athos. The Troggs and leper gnomes infesting Nomergon will soon feel the brunt of a gnomish air assault. So we got some gloves there that we can just go ahead and sell. And we are 3 bars away from level 17. And that is the end of that quest there. So let's go ahead and just head back around the lock. And I'm going to kill a few spiders on the way back, because we need to get some crisp spider meat for Red Ridge Goulash. And we could use a little bit of experience coming into our experience bar there. Go ahead and deal with this one. And we got 1 crisp spider meat, so that is 1 more that we have gotten to complete the quest here. Let's go ahead and fight this cliff lurker. There's another cliff lurker over there. And we can kind of just like see the sights of this area a little bit and just take it in a little bit. So there's a lock on our right, and we can see there are some ruins over there and like cliff lurker coming in. So let's go ahead and run away a moment here and deal with this cliff lurker. As we were talking a bit about last episodes, dwarves are very focused on like archaeology nowadays, and they're really focused on trying to figure out their own history and like where their people come from. So this is kind of like one of those areas in the world where they're putting in some effort to try to excavate some areas to figure out exactly who they are and why they're here in the world. We are not going to explore that this episode, and probably never this series, but we will in a future series. So for now, we will just continue fighting some spiders. We might be level 17 by the time we get back to Stormwind, but we should definitely level up to 17, probably in Stormwind, when we turn in our quest. Let's go ahead, finish this cliff lurker off. Here it comes. I always find like really big spiders like super interesting in like big game or like any game, because like spiders in real life are always like very small, and there are some pretty big spiders, but like spiders in like fantasy settings and like different books and video games and like other forms of media are like often depicted as being huge, and we see that in like World of Warcraft and in like other games like Guild Wars 2. And then it's really interesting in like Grounded, where you are like shrunk down to the size of an ant, and you're like fighting spiders that are like normal size, but they're like so much bigger than you, because you're only the size of an ant. Well, it's like the size of a spider, and it's just very, very intimidating. Now a cliff lurker here. I remember The Hobbit is one of my favorite books that I've like ever read, and like the part of the book with like all the spiders was like one of my like favorite parts of the entire like story that was told, and I always thought about it like all the time when I was a kid when I like first read it. And now it kind of still lives rent-free in my head a little bit, and like whenever I see like big spiders in like World of Warcraft, I think back to like that book a little bit. But it's always like really interesting, because in a way it's kind of like not inclusive in a sense for people that have like arachnophobia, where like sometimes games you can't really play them if you're like too scared of spiders, and it's nice and like Grounded where there's like arachnophobia like sliders where you can like kind of turn the spiders into like blobs that are honestly still pretty intimidating, but like they're just like 2 circles or 3 circles instead of like being a very detailed spider. But here in World of Warcraft, they're big, they're scary, and if I was scared of spiders, I would not want to be dealing with these people. But fortunately, I'm not too afraid of that. We can see off in the distance there's kind of like a little reddish mountain over there, kind of like Red Ridge Mountains. That's an area that we will explore another time called Badlands, so we will see what that's all about. But it is much higher level than us. It is like level 40, I think, so we are just not going to deal with that today. But here we are on the western side of the loch now, and we just discovered Grizzlepaw Ridge, which is an interesting little area with a fun boss and like big quest. But let's just continue heading north because I want to head to the main settlement that is in this area, some grizzle black bears, and I'm going to unlock the flight path there and then probably just fly back to Ironforge and head back to Stormwind because I want to go through the Deep Run Tram again because I want to do a couple of quests that are available there. So we will do those and we will see a little bit more of the Deep Run Tram that we did not explore last episode. But let's just wander through here. I don't see any more spiders around here, which is a little unfortunate. We got one more crisp spider meat, but we are now wandering upon Thossamar, which is the main dwarven area of this zone, and it's like the main quest hub here, and it's a place where we can get a flight path, and we can return to this place in a future episode when we decide to head further north into the wetlands. But for now, we're going back south, back home, over to Stormwind. I just discovered Stout Logger Inn because we're on its roof. And let's go ahead and talk to Thorgrim Borelson, and we can take a flight path back to... Oh, I never talked to the Flight Master in Ironforge. This is awkward. So, let's go ahead and head back to Ironforge on foot, I guess. And I'll make sure that I go talk to the Flight Master there. But we came in through the north entrance of Khaz Modan, so let's go ahead and wander through the south entrance. That's a little bit of an easier area. And we can see those forest lurkers are really low level, so let's not deal with these people here. Oh, we could get a crisp spider meat, I guess. Let's just continue forward for now. And we can kind of see the southern entrance of this area. So I mentioned last episode that the northern entrance is like higher level, around like our level right now, level 15, level 16. The southern entrance is like level 10 to 12. It is when you normally come into the zone. And it is a very, very cool area. So we can kind of see it coming up now. But I believe it's called the Valley of Kings, I believe. And there are just 2 large statues of dwarves here, and you kind of just like walk through them to get into Khaz Modan, and we're kind of walking the other way now, so I'll go ahead and turn around. Yes, this is the Valley of Kings. And a really cool area that's like farther south of here is there's an entrance into the Searing Gorge, which is one of the highest level zones in the game. We can see it there, and it requires a key to Searing Gorge in order to open the door. Let's go ahead and just take a look at these statues real quick. These are what they look like. Very cool, very monstrous. And that is work our way to Dunmerrow. But in order to get that key into Searing Gorge, we have to wander all the way around Khaz Modan. We kind of have to, well, there's multiple ways to get there, but like the primary way is to walk through the southern entrance here into the Badlands. And then you wander through the Badlands and then go through like a little bit of like a cave system or like a tunnel system. And then you get into the Searing Gorge. And then you have to find a monster in the Searing Gorge. Fight the monster. It will drop the key, or it will drop an item or something like that. And then you bring it back to a mountaineer that is here. And then you either have the key or you get the key. And you can then just unlock access into the Searing Gorge from this path whenever you want to just walk through here. Though by the time you get to Searing Gorge, you do unlock a flight path that you can go ahead and just take, but it's still like a very cool kind of like area where like it's blocked and you have to do a quest in order to get like faster access to that area, so you don't have to walk all the way around, and I just like that quite a bit. We are getting a good amount of experience right now, actually, just kind of wandering through these areas because we're exploring them. So we'll be even closer to level 17 by the time we get to Ironforge and Stormwind, but let's go ahead and just wander over westwards. So, after a relatively lengthy run, I have made my way back to Ironforge. And I am here now, and I'm very happy I'm here, and I really want to grab this flight path now. So let's go ahead and run into the mountain, and we can go ahead and wander around here. We have to go to the Great Forge, we have the flight path here, and then we can just make our way over to Tinkertown so we can go back into the Deep Run tram. Here are some very high level 55 Ironforge guards, and they are honestly pretty cool looking, especially compared to like some of the normal guards out there, where these guards are just much more armored and definitely ready for some business if anybody decided to attack Ironforge. But let's go ahead, and we are almost at the top of the mountain, and I will make my way over to the Great Forge. Here we are back to the Great Forge and the great city of the Dwarves here in Ironforge. And here is the beautiful, beautiful Griffin Master, so let's go ahead and learn this flight path. So we can go ahead and fly anywhere we want now, as long as we have the connections. So just looking at the map, we can now fly back to Thossamar, and we can also fly all the way to Stormwind, and we can also fly to Lakeshire and Sentinel Hill, which we have connected. But I'm going to go ahead and just run over to Tinkertown because there is a quest over here available for us to do that I want to do on our way back to Stormwind. Here we are in the Deep Run tram, and we are not going to get on the tram right away because over there we can see there's someone that has a quest for us. And hopefully we will have time to finish this quest before the next tram comes, but we probably won't. So we'll have to wait for the next one, which is okay. Hago over there. Here's a leper gnome just sleeping under. Oh, he got up. I was talking about him. So let's talk to Monty, who is a regular gnome, and let's go ahead and gather up some rats for Monty. He is the rat extermination specialist. And let's go ahead, put the rat catcher's flute on our skill bar, and let's wander over to this rat. Sina Milad, however you say that, and go ahead and just get all of these rats. So we got 2 of them. Now they're just wandering around with us, and there's a tram there coming, so we won't be able to hop on it, but we will be able to hop onto the next one. I think we came in on that one and we did not on this side, so the next one coming in will be on this side, so we can go ahead and just hop on it as well. But let's go ahead and talk to Monty, and we can turn in this part of the quest. We have 5 enthralled Deep Run rats following us right now. So let's go ahead and hand this to Monty. So he says, "These will work nicely, matey. Me brother needs them still ticking and kicking, else they go sour. You don't want to taste no sour rat kebab." So he's gathering these boxes. We just leveled up to level 17, which is nice. Oh, the rats are kind of following me. He got them. We can see there's boxes with very large holes in them, and they're kind of shaking over there. So I talked to Monty, and he says, "Me brother Nipsey runs a rat kebab operation on the other side of Deep Run. So we can bring these rats to him, and he is going to give us something I don't want." But let's go ahead and just hop onto the tram here. And I noticed we leveled up to level 17, so let's go ahead and check out our talents. So right now, I think we're just progressing ice shards right now, so we're able to increase the critical strike damage bonus of our frost spells by an additional 20%. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're now up to 60% additional critical strike damage. Once we get it all the way upgraded, our frostbolt will deal twice as much critical strike damage than it originally did. So that is really cool. So let's go ahead and just take this tram, and we can kind of see what it looks like on this side of the tram. We're going to head over into the water here, and we can see there's a Nessie over there, and we can see the other tram running on the other side. So they meet up in the middle, and they go back and forth between Stormwind and Ironforge. So whenever one tram is in the station, the other tram is in the other station. So that is very cool. You can actually jump off the tram here, and then what you'll have to do is you'll have to walk all the way to Ironforge or all the way to Stormwind. You could try jumping onto the tram while it passes by, but it's a little bit challenging to do. So normally a lot of people, if they fall off, they kind of just walk all the way back. But here we have Nipsey, so let's go ahead and have a chat with Nipsey, and we can get
Good day to you.
the kebabs.
Off and away. Greetings.
So
Very well,
now that
then.
we're done with that quest, we can go ahead and head back into Stormwind, and we can go to the Mage's Tower. Home sweet home in Stormwind City. We're here in the Dwarven district. Really quickly, I kind of just want to showcase these people real quick. I'm going to have a chat with them. And they say, Mage, we are not ashamed to say that we are in need of all the assistance that we can get in our fight at Warsong Gulch, but there is greater hope to be had now than at any time in the past if you so choose to lend us your skills. As well, the Silverwing Sentinels are sure to look more favorably upon your efforts on our behalf. Will you join the battle? So I can decide to now join my first battleground. So in vanilla World of Warcraft, there are 3 different battlegrounds. The first one of them is Warsong Gulch. It is like a 10-player versus 10-player capture the flag battleground. Or I think it's the first person to capture... Oh, I have a quest to turn in here. That's right. Where the first person to capture 3 flags wins. So it's a very straightforward, very simple battleground that is quite a bit of fun. But I am not going to do it just yet in the series. Let's talk to Longbeard here. And we can give them this quest, and we got 6 silver, and our Ironforge reputation has increased. So now, let's go ahead and head over to the Mage Quarter. But each of the battlegrounds have a reputation that is connected to them, and then also have reputation vendors that are connected to them. So here we have our 4 alliance factions, and we have our first new faction here of the alliance forces of the Silverwing Sentinels. So they are staunch defenders of Ashenvale, locked in battle against the Warsong Outriders and Warsong Gulch. So this is Alliance versus Horde, and this battleground is located in Kalimdor. It is located near Ashenvale, which is the home of the Night Elves, which is one of our friends in the Alliance. And we can decide to lend our aid and fight against the Horde and be able to fight them away from the lands so that we can reclaim it for the Night Elves. But again, that's going to be for another episode. So now I'm almost to the trade district, and I'm just going to work my way over to the Mage's district. We have everything we need for the gathering materials. We have at least 10 linen. We actually have 20. And then we picked up our 6 charged rift gems last episode from Silverstream Mine. So we are all done with that quest, and we can now begin the process of getting our Mage's robe. Here we are in the Mage Quarter, and let's go ahead and walk into Larson Clothiers. Let's go ahead and talk to Wynn Larson, who is our best friend here that's going to make us a robe. So she says, yes, these are great pieces of linen. I can make a fine robe with them, and after I weave the rift gems into it, we'll have a garment fit for a mage. So she's getting started on the robes, and we're going to have to wait a moment for her to craft it, similar to how we craft things as a tailor ourselves. So she just finished it. She's celebrating there. There's a squirrel inside the building. Now let's go ahead and talk to Wynn and get our mana weave robe. So she says, here's a robe. It's one of my best to make yet. Wear it with pride, and when people ask, tell them you got it at the Larson Clothiers. So let's go ahead and complete the quest. We got a lot of experience from it, and we can see 6 intellect as well as 34 armor. So it is significantly better than what we have equipped right now. Let's take a look at what it looks like. Fancy. Nice blue, nice purple. Got some good garments on me. Let's go ahead and head over here. I actually want to check this person out. So Colin Maureen, this is a very cool quest that I like a lot. It is a fetch quest, so we are trying to get 8 crystallized scales, but we get the scales all the way on another continent in a region of the world called Stone Talon Mountains, which in short is very, very, very far away from here, but it is we're almost at the level that we need to be for it. It's level 26. We're like 9 levels away. But it is like a quest that takes us all the way across the road, and there are a ton of other quests over there that we can also explore as well. But this quest is picked up in Stormwind. We go all the way over to that part of the road, and then we come back to Stormwind to turn in the quest. I love quests like that so much. I love quests where you have to go on a very, very long journey to like a very distant part of the road. Like we just went across the Eastern Kingdoms, or like a quarter of the way across over to Khaz Modan, and I had so much fun in this episode and the last episode. But now, I do not believe I have showcased this yet in the series, but I want to take a look at the auction house. And I want to put up a couple of items that we have in our inventory to sell. So I want to sell these pants, and I don't think there are going to be any of these pants on the auction house, but we can kind of take a look at it as male pants. So legs, and let's go ahead and kind of look generally what they go for. So it kind of looks like they go around a gold. So let's go ahead and I'll just throw this on the auction house, And I kind of just do this very like casually, and I'll select 24 hours. And then let's take a look at Tiger's Eye. We don't want to be in armor anymore. So we can sell the Tiger's Eye for a very small amount of money. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's take a look at Shadow Gem. And we can also sell the Shadow Gem for a very small amount of money. That is not... I'm just going to sell it like this. Hopefully someone will buy it. And then we'll see if we have a little bit of money coming into our inventory, which will be nice. Next, I just need to go over to a merchant. We can talk to Thomas Miller here, the baker, and just sell some stuff to him, because I'm sure he'll want these robes and the milk. The milk actually might be a little useful for him. Maybe the haunch of meat, sell some meat and bread. Let's check to see if we can sell the spider ichor. I need to put these items into here, and then I can put all of that stuff in there. And let's go ahead and see if these are selling for anything. And they're selling for quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put these on for a gold. And hopefully they sell. Maybe they won't. But hopefully they will. And then I think Thomas Miller left. I'll go ahead and just run over to him. Some very high level characters that are decked out in some insane armor right there. Let's go ahead and talk to Thomas Miller. Give him these two things. So we made 5 more silver. I forgot to talk to the mage trainer again, but I'm remembering now, so I'm going to head there.
Hey there.
So here is the mage trainer. Let's see what we have for us. So detect magic. Detects beneficial magical effects on the target for 2 minutes. I'm not super interested in that. Let's see, we have flame strike. This is just like an AoE attack. Not super interested in that. And then we have nothing in frost, which is mostly what I'm interested in. Let's actually take a look at what's coming up for level 18. So not too much. Yeah, so I think really the next time we have to come back to the trainer for what I want is... Well, there's a couple of nice things at level 18, but it's not like super beneficial for me right now. So I'll come at level 20 probably, and we can see... And we'll get a ton of upgrades actually at that level. And level 20 is a very cool level to reach because you unlock a lot of new skills and you get to a really cool part of the talent system. So we'll see what that's like. But for now, I just have a few quests to turn in. And I think I am going to head to Westfall next, which I have my Hearthstone set to right now actually. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hearth over to Sentinel Hill. And we can go ahead and continue our Defias Brotherhood quest that we have been slowly working on over the past few episodes. So let's wander over here and let's go talk to Grindstone Mantle up on the tower in Sentinel Hill. We haven't been here for a little bit and it's a very beautiful area. It's the middle of the day right now, so very gorgeous. And let's just wander up here. I do not remember exactly where the next quest is for us, but let us talk to Grindstone Mantle and see what he has to say about what Widely the Black said to us a couple of episodes ago now, I believe. So, the Defias Brotherhood says, "Bah, I should have let that scoundrel rot when I had the chance, but this information is crucial. Good work. I wonder what Wiley meant when he mentioned the stonemasons. Perhaps that was a slip of tongue. Could the Defias gang be related to the stonemasons? Only one man would know for sure, Matthias Shaw, head of SI7. Show him Wiley's note and see if he has anything to add to this growing mystery. If you have trouble finding Shaw, check the barracks in Old Town."
Go with honor, friend.
So, for the next part of our Defias Brotherhood quest, we can head back to Stormwind, but I am going to go ahead and head back to Lakeshire right now and turn in a couple of the quests that we have over there, and then I will probably log off for the episode and we will continue our adventures next time in World of Warcraft. For now, let's go ahead and fly over to Lakeshire, and we can go turn in the couple of quests that we have. Here we are flying back into Lakeshire, and we just landed right here, and let's go ahead and head over the bridge, and we have a couple of quests to turn in, and it looks like one quest to pick up right now. So we can go ahead and turn them in. One of them is we brought horseshoes from Goldshire, and we're going to get a new quest from that. And then one is we went to Stormwind, and we talked to, was it Jin or Marcus Jonathan? Whoever the commander of the guard is in Stormwind, we talked to him. And he said he would inform the king about Lakeshire's situation and try to send more guards. Here's Werner. We are sending horseshoes. But what's this? Argus sent a note to the crate. What? Argus wants me to pay him? So we now have 2 quests here actually. Underbelly scales. So we can get some underbelly scales for Argus. And he is going to fashion us some if you bring him a couple extra than what Argus said. And then we have this quest here, which is another gnoll quest, and it is to kill a few different gnolls in different parts of a red ridge farther north, which is in a more dangerous area. Let's go ahead and walk into here, and we can see what quests we have in here. Let's go ahead and just take a left turn, and then a right turn, and then a right turn, and talk to Bailiff Conisher, and then Magistrate Solomon. So Solomon's Law, bring 10 Shadowhide pendants to the Bailiff here, and then let's talk to Solomon with Messenger to Stormwind. And he says, thank you for your time, Mage, for your service to Lakeshire and Stormwind. I reward you with these coins, a whole silver and a half. Now, if you'll excuse me, I find this correspondence somewhat of a mystery. Something is amiss in our kingdom. I fear this is the beginning of a conflict, not the end. So next is Messenger to Westfall. Something odd is afoot with the Stormwind army. They should have been here in force by now. Time is a luxury we don't have. However, I will not stand by and watch the people of Lakeshire give their lives without trying to enlist more help. I've heard word of a people's militia forming in Westfall. Take this plea to their leader, Grian Stoutmantle. Perhaps Stoutmantle's men can lend some support here until the king sends reserves.
Be careful.
So we can go ahead and we can head back to Sentinel Hill at some point, and we can talk to Grian Stoutmantle. That's not the one. Solomon's plea to Westfall. But we picked up all those quests, so next time we will probably do a little bit of adventuring here in Red Ridge, and then we will go ahead and head to Stormwind and Sentinel Hill to work on some quests. But for now, that's all from me for this episode, so I hope you all enjoyed. I'm really trying and hoping to reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so if you want to help me and support me with that, go ahead and subscribe down below. And also, if you want, go ahead and leave a comment and like, because I really appreciate that, and it helps my channel grow as well. But I hope you all drink some water, check your posture, and have a great day. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.